Oh no, he's hurt. Somebody quick, call an ambulance. Wii U, Wii U, Wii U, Wii U.
Prada on my shoes, little bit, that's a light flex. I ain't worried about these rappers in the slightest.
The Wii U is a game console that I wouldn't blame you for overlooking because Nintendo did a terrible job at marketing it. Do we want to appeal to the hardcore mature audience, or do we just want to make this look like a children's toy? When Aunt Nancy's going to pick up Christmas gifts and she thinks that this thing's just an accessory for the Wii, she's not going to pick it up when that thing's been sitting on the mantle collecting dust for the past 6 months. Wait, I've seen this guy somewhere before, and he's not a plumber at all. Does this tablet complement the console, or does it just babysit the kids while you're watching reruns of Game of Thrones? I don't think Game of Thrones was out when the Wii U was announced. Anyways.
You want a Wii U this holiday? We'll watch and learn. Here's Mom. We already have a Wii, sweetiekins. Here's you. Wii U is a total upgrade, Mother. Here's Mom.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
We're doing a Wii U video today because it was just sitting on my marketplace a couple of weeks ago for $50, so I met up with the guy in the Chick-fil-A parking lot with his kids and basically stole it from him for that price, and he probably spent the money that I gave him inside of the Chick-fil-A after I left. The Wii U came with some hard-hitting, unforgettable all-time classics like Zumba World Championships and NES Minigame Super Pack, the way that nobody asked to play the original NES games. Well, now that I got it hooked up, I guess I should check to see if there's a disc in it. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. It also came with a copy of Super Mario 3D World, so the console basically came with the games that I bought. But before we get into this video, a word from our sponsor. Oh no, I really need this copy of Zumba World Fitness for my Wii U video, but it's broken. But it's broken! Hey look, a video that's totally not scripted and edited into this video.
You know I support you on Patreon, right?
That's right! Thanks, Exeat! Now I can get back to my Wii U video. Support T on Patreon for just $1 a month. Okay, here's why you would want to pick up a Wii U in 2019.
What the fuck? That's fucking hilarious.
If you can get a good deal on it, it's a good way to play some HD Nintendo titles without throwing down $300 on a Nintendo Switch if you don't have one. Mario Kart 8 is essentially the exact same game minus a little bit of DLC that comes with the Switch version, but who cares? You can even get Breath of the Wild on this thing, and you can usually get these games a lot cheaper than the Nintendo Switch counterparts, especially if you're buying them from a retro game store or locally picking them up, but you still may be able to find some of these games in your local GameStop. Also, the Wii U is kind of this new console that also comes with an original Wii built into it, so you can play pretty much your entire catalog of Wii games. However, keep in mind you're going to need a set of original Wii controllers to do this, plus a sensor bar, and Walmart still sells Wii controllers apparently. That's a thing. So the plus side is you're getting the whole Wii experience on here, but the downside is you don't have the convenience of just using the Wii U gamepad, at least natively. Apparently the Wii U also supports GameCube games, but again, that's not something you can do natively. We'll have to mod it, and that's something we'll look at in another video. This was the first time I ever played Animal Crossing, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I never owned a Wii, sue me.
Never had a Wii.
And I've played Call of Duty for years, but I've never played it like you do on a Wii. Did I mention that the online play is free? Yeah, within 5 minutes I had this thing hooked up and I was playing Mario Kart online, and if you were playing with me, you should feel embarrassed of yourself because I won my first 2 races. There's even still online support for some of the Wii games. This is a whole story in itself, but I figured I should go ahead and mention it here. I was waiting to get into a game on Black Ops, and I told Exeat it was taking so long that he could probably drive to his GameStop, pick up a copy, and get into the lobby before the game actually started. And that's exactly what he did. One of the guys that I was playing with actually added me, and I had to ask him, dude, why are you playing online on the Wii in 2019? There's obviously so many accessible options now to play Black Ops in much better quality, and he said that that was his only console, so there's actually people that are still only playing on their Wii. Wow. Why is it that I can add people, use voice chat, and message people on a Wii game, but the Nintendo Switch Online service is something that you have to pay for and you can't do any of that? While we're on the subject of the gamepad, let's talk about it for a minute because that is a big focus of the Wii U itself. If you're using the gamepad, you can play this thing only having the power cord hooked to the back of it. I got the Wii U hooked up in my car. Non-keyboard controls. Certain games utilize certain features with the gamepad that range from neat to, yeah, this is just kind of tedious. Zombie U was a game that really pushed the gamepad heavily in its marketing, but after going through the introduction sequence, it started to go from pretty neat to pretty stale really quickly. When you're waving it around to scan the environment, that works pretty cool, but when I'm having to look down at it every 2 seconds to loot a body, that's when it starts to get really old really fast. Tapping the screen to perform an action doesn't make it any more immersive than playing on a phone. Wow, I'm so strong. Just let me push a button and be done with it. With that being said, the biggest strength of the Wii U gamepad really is being able to play it without it connected to a TV. This was how I recorded a lot of my gameplay because I was able to just sit directly in front of my computer without having to even move towards the TV at all. With that being said, the range on it is kind of dog shit. I couldn't walk from the bedroom doorway to the bathroom right down the hallway without it cutting out. Plus side though is that the gamepad connects without any Bluetooth or Wi-Fi issues. Also, I was really surprised with the quality of the gamepad and how comfortable it actually was. I was under the impression this was just gonna feel like a big hunk of cheap plastic, but like most Nintendo products, it feels fairly well made and pretty comfortable to play on. Even with more competitive games like Black Ops 2, it's still perfectly usable. It comes with full-size analog sticks, which is more useful than you might think. But even if you don't like using the gamepad, you can use a Wii U controller. Just keep in mind that some games actually do require the gamepad, I believe. If you're some kind of masochist, you can also use motion controls. The Wii U is the only console that I know of that currently lets you use the previous generation's controller. Hell, I think this is the first time I've actually been required to use the old controller on a new console. Ah yes, Black Ops 2 with motion controls, just the way it was meant to be played. If you're some kind of Smash elitist, you can still use GameCube controllers. Because Nintendo. I just realized while editing this video, why am I able to play Black Ops 2 with motion controls, but I can't play Animal Crossing with a classic controller? Yeah, the install base for the Wii U wasn't too big, so if you want to play something like Black Ops 2, you can play Team Deathmatch with all 74 of the players that play this. But if you already got the Wii U, it's not bad at all. If you're looking for a simple media/streaming box, the Wii U can also offer that because it has apps that the Switch still doesn't have, like Netflix and a web browser. It still has the ability to go into tablet mode so you could watch it while you're in your bed, and again, there's probably even more you can do when you mod the thing, but we haven't looked into that yet. So in conclusion, I think the Wii U is still a damn good console for the money. Not only can you play a plethora of quality Nintendo titles cheaper than their Nintendo Switch counterparts, but you're also easily able to play your entire Wii library through HDMI. So if your monitor or TV doesn't support those old ass Wii cables, you can now easily just do it through there. Or even if you have a Wii, this is just one less console you have to have hooked up. And let's not forget, you still do have some quality third-party support sprinkled in there. Overall, I think it's an interesting console that's worth your time and is pretty good value for the money. I still want to cover the modding in this thing, so if you've never owned one of these things and you're interested in some of the stuff you can do with it, tell me what you'd like to see. And if you do own one of these things and you have or were looking to mod this thing, tell me what some of your favorite features are when it comes to homebrew. I want to find out how to get even more use out of this console because I'm sure this is just the beginning. If you've made it this far, maybe subscribe, maybe check out some of the other playlists that I have that have some videos that'll probably interest you. And if you want to see me cover more games in these type of videos, or maybe just do stupid little things that I wouldn't normally, you can support my Patreon. I don't really have any content paywalled off. You can just kind of donate whatever you want if you feel it's necessary. It would greatly help me out. But that's about all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I will see you in the next one. Sorry this took so long to get out, but I just, you know, life happens. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, you think you're so funny. You thought you were just gonna slip that right in there without me noticing. Okay, I see how you really feel.